Alright, so without going out into too much detail, we got a 1994 Ford Thunderbird here. Has a 4.6 liter V8 with a 470W transmission that has a J-mod valve body shift kit, whatever you call it. It had new CV axles in it, and then the wheels fell off again, so those are out. But anyways, that is about 100 pounds of welding rod boxes. Just to get this AAM 1150 out of a Dodge 2500 to tuck in on each side just fine. No wheel spacers or anything. And welded up the old CV axles into hard-faced 4-link bars. Those are 1 1/4 inch diameter solid bar. It's not that thin tubular junk you might buy off of Amazon. That stuff would fold in pretty quick. This is a 10,000 pound rated axle, if it ever sees that. But tying up off the ground, the exhaust just comes out right there, front of the wheel, and fit the drive shaft under this car. The only thing I did was use a really cheap drill press to make a flat plate, a square sheet, round, drill holes in it. And it's a flange adapter, 1/4 inch plate steel. It's a specific manufacturer of that steel was Harvshore. All truss bracing that goes over the top of the differential from one side to the other. It's all 1/4 inch plate, boxed in end links. Kind of see how that goes there. Triangulated bracing on the side of it. Big bar, gussets all over everything. 100 pounds of rod. But yeah, there's a 4-link bar there. 4-link bar on the other side. Same setup. Essentially just barely clears the subframe mounts, of which the front tabs there are welded to the subframe with a total of about 19 inches of weld seam split between both sides. So it's about 8 inches or so. No, 9.5. Yeah. Holding it to the front end of the subframe, lower subframe. Yeah. But I didn't have to cut the drive shaft or anything. You do notice a bit of a space right here. And a little bit of clearance there. More so, why the drive shaft didn't have to be trimmed for this application is the notation of angle on the 4-link. The upper mounts go down and the lower mounts go down towards the axle, so it actually pitches the pinion face down as the axle goes up, drastically reducing the end slip in the shaft, even though it has about 1 1/8 inch of allowable movement. Clearly doesn't need that much. And then after putting that in there, back end's obviously a bit high, front end is too. You just take the struts out, weld some 1/4 inch plate on the side of the strut tabs, 2 inches offset, gives it about 4.5 inch lift on the front end. And it has a snowplow on the front of it. Front end doesn't dive down at all, even with that 200 pound plow on it or something like that. then the amount of welding rod it took to reinforce the front end subframe so that that could fit on it. And not included in that 100-pound quote frequency axle. But yeah, still got disc brakes all around, and hooking up the rear disc brake calipers on these to the stock Ford Master cylinder. Literally just flip the lines around so that they bolt up flat, bleed the air out of the system, and the brakes work perfectly fine. Even though it's a 2-piston rear caliper, and the original caliper that was on it was a tiny little drum brake slave. A lot more braking size. But, only problem I'm apparently having right now is the paper gasket on the side of this axle leaks a little bit. The other side has RTV on it, but it doesn't leak, so that's gonna have to come off. And there's about as much oil in this differential as there is in the motor, so always a big friggin' mess.